There's another topic related to this, and this is becoming a vocal and expressive player on the bass. There are many aspects to this, and I learned a lot from listening to singers and other instrumentalists. In the vocal department and hearing great cellists too, the vibrato issue, the rotation of a note, you know, having your arm rotate and having your finger caress the note like this with a and the speed of it, certain singers, you know, the speed, you should be able to make a fast vibrato when you need it and a slow one. And when you're higher up in the bass, you can use a faster vibrato as you go up higher and a wider one down here. See how I'm just rotating, letting the arm, again, the relaxation of the weight of the arm too has a lot to do with this. You can't vibrato if you're too tight. You know, it's like, it won't go. So I learned that from listening to people like Pavarotti, the great tenor from Italy, Caruso, and also soul singers like Aretha Franklin, Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder. The idea about making a note sing, this is a huge thing to me in my playing. And also when I'm playing bass, accompaniment parts, being able to use like different techniques like sliding and like you hear that I learned from the great Ron Carter, you know, things like I'm sliding into the root. There's something expressive about that. It makes you, it's a really emotional kind of thing. So I'm sort of smearing into the note. I'm blurring the pitch a little bit, but I'm arriving at the pitch I need to get to. So controlling, being able to land to where you want to go. That's one way of being expressive. The great blues players, they use things like a smear or whatever. It's hard to, you know, different terminologies for different people. When you go, there's a smear and a hammer-on and a pull-off, all in one little lick. How about that? So I'm smearing, pulling off twice. And then maybe I can hammer after that. I'm only touching the note once. The thing to do is practice that with the metronome. You know, you can take isolate a little lick like that and play it with the metronome and go. Let's put the metronome on 60. And we're just going to practice that little lick, just an expressive lick like that, just to demonstrate like little ideas that can really make a big difference in your playing. If you can control and be expressive, instead of hitting the same note the same way, articulating every note with a staccato attack. That's a criticism that many people have of us bass players, that we're not very expressive. We don't have as many articulations. You hear a great singer, guitarist, cellist, violinist, you know, a great flautist, great trumpet player, saxophone player. They have 8 million ways to touch a note. We need to have more, way more. So here, let's listen to that click. So it's fairly slow, and we go. See what I'm doing? Smearing, hammer off, pull off, I should say. And then you could add a hammer on too. See, I'm hitting the 2 hits here. 2 right hands. There's a little trill there too. Little trill. I'll do it slow. So that's a whole lot of stuff in a little lick. How about a hammer? A hammer and a pull off. So we're also building the idea of, I took a little phrase and I'm already telling a story with that little phrase. I start with the phrase, I add a little thing to it. It's almost like I'm I'm saying to you, look, the other day, you know, I went down the street and I bumped into Joe, and then we went and had some pizza together. And I'm trying to build something, a story. I'm taking one little motif and I'm building it into something. So this is just one way to be expressive. You notice that the control of the rhythm that I need to have when I do that is key. I have to be able to do it in time so it has that ebb and flow of a story happening. It's the same thing when somebody tells you a good joke. If the rhythm and the timing isn't correct, it throws the whole thing off. The whole communication of the whole punchline gets destroyed if you don't do it with the right rhythm. So these are just some ways to be expressive. I mean, be able to play short notes. Because that kind of thing where it sounds a little mechanical now, maybe if you're playing some blues, or even reggae. I mean, that's an attack that's useful in music. Short notes, long notes if you're playing a melody, like say we play a little melody and we go, that's where the vibrato, I'm touching the note. Notice I'm always doing it in rhythm though. I'm speaking the rhythm to you the whole time. Four, you feel the quarter note, right? I'm willfully and in a very focused way trying to show you the quarter note. We talk about that sometimes when we're rehearsing with people. You know, the control of rhythm and expression. Sometimes a player will say, well, yeah, I'm going to do a little intro and I'm going to give you one bar and show you the tempo. It's called showing the tempo. So maybe they play something at a time and then all of a sudden they go, boom, and everybody knows that's the downbeat. So expression takes a lot of forms, and we can expand on this, and we'll do lots more talking about it. But I want you to really think about that. What do you want to say when you play the bass? Are you just playing notes strung together, or do you have a story to tell? Being a vocal and expressive player is very important in this.